I think Leap Academy is the essence of hope in Camden.
Had it not been from Leap Academy, I wouldn't be the person that I am right now.
Leap Academy has changed my life. It has made me a more successful person.
Everything we do at Leap Academy is about the children, it's about the kids. Mission is really to get everyone in this community to engage in teaching and learning and to make sure that the kids graduate and can compete and go to college.
Rutgers University Camden is especially dedicated to the idea of college access. So Rutgers-Camden relationship with LEAP is exactly that.
What we do at Leap Academy is that we have a college prep program already from the very beginning. Meaning you know, from kinder to 12, you know that college is important.
I didn't even think I was going to be able to go to college at all. It just seemed like a very far goal to reach, and Leap Academy made it possible for me.
Before, I was never really fully aware of the things that I needed to do to get into college.
Education is the only way out of poverty, and that poverty is not permanent. That poverty can be broken if we can teach our children to think critically, to learn to read and write, to be better citizens, to have pride in their community, to take pride ownership of their own educational process.
It's exciting.
Someday I want to become an engineer because I like using technology.
I want to go to college for early childhood education and business.
If you met me a few years ago, I would not be the person I am right now in front of you. I've achieved people skills easily.
Skills that came from the Fab Lab would be more technological. So aspects of how a computer works. They also have 3D printers. You can print anything from cell phone cases to keychains, even like more important things like bionic arms.
Being a safety helps me with leadership and responsibility. I can help the littler kids grow up to be like me.
I am an Alfredo Santiago scholar.
I'm an Alfredo Santiago scholar.
I'm a Santiago scholar!
All four of my kids, they're Alfredo Santiago scholars.
Alfredo Santiago, I know his legacy.
When we tell the children about Alfredo, we tell them that, look, Alfredo was just another student like you. He was born in New York, raised in New York, went to school in this country, but he was an aspirante. He did well in school.
It means more than just like a title.
It means that I have an opportunity to go to college free, and my parents won't have to struggle to pay for college for me.
I am trying to put things in place to send her to college, but this is everything that we need.
My parents didn't have money to send me to college, nor have money to pay for law school. So that financial assistance was obviously a tremendous blessing.
Because the school is so geared towards going straight into college, she thought she was going to go from pre-K to Rutgers. She can't wait to go to school.
It almost feels like, you're the role model. If they see that badge, they're saying to themselves, wow, this guy has, something going for him once he goes to college.
It means that someone actually cares. It means that someone looks at me and they're like, okay, she has potential and we're going to invest money in her.
Today, we're very proud to say that through the Alfredo Santiago, we have over 300 students who are benefiting out of this endowment, who are doing very well.
For kids, life is about opportunity. For adults, their job is to provide that opportunity. Gloria Santiago knows how to make those two things work together.
When I first went and toured Leap Academy, I was blown away. It is a role model for what charter schools should be, what they can be, but more importantly, what education looks like at its best.
To take these children, right from kindergarten, bring them up and educate them through high school and go on to college, 100% graduation rate, that's a phenomenal success story.
The success is that students go on and become productive citizens and productive adults.
Leap Academy is proof that you actually can raise talent within the city of Camden. Graduates going on and going to these fantastic colleges and then coming back and giving back to the city of Camden. That's really what it's all about. And so anything that we can do to continue to have young people further their education, we are always glad to support it.
Education is the only equalizer in life. If you can get someone educated, that gives them an opportunity in this life. I believe there's no kid that should be thrown away.
We've got to make sure that we don't waste a single one of them, that every one of them lives up to his or her fullest potential.
These success stories of these young people, they just don't happen. You know, people think a lot of things just happen, but real people make those things happen.
If you invest in the education of a young person, you're investing in their future. You're investing in the future of the community.
Once you give something to someone to provide a positive attitude or chance for this person, it will impact everywhere around you.
It is extremely important that they be encouraged and that they be supported.
These young people are our inspiration and they are our future. And by looking at them, I can tell you that our future's in great hands.
Thank you very much because I'm smart and I deserve it.
Thank you to everyone who was a part of this Alfredo program. It's given us hope to be able to accomplish our dreams and our goals.
Thank you very much, because if it no were for them, maybe my kids and many other kids at the school wouldn't have the opportunities they're getting.
We're arriving to the 20th anniversary of not only of success, of 100% graduation rate, but the 20th anniversary of the work that we've done, the miracle on Cooper Street. To instill the belief that you can do this is critically important. And so that's what we want to thank all our supporters and people who really believe in this dream.
Tonight, we recognize Susan N. Story, President and CEO of American Water Company, the largest publicly traded U.S. water and wastewater utility company. In this role since May 9, 2014, Ms. Story leads a team of 6,800 dedicated professionals who provide regulated and market-based drinking water, wastewater, and other related services to an estimated 15 million people in 47 states and Canada. She is responsible for developing the overall strategy and vision of American Water and directing its key business development initiatives. With more than 30 years of utility experience, Ms. Story is well-versed in overseeing complex financial systems, optimizing cost structures, and strengthening internal controls. Ms. Story has a history of active involvement in community, industry, education, and economic development efforts. The quality of water in cities like Camden and the capacity for preparing young leaders that can tackle these challenges in the future is paramount and at the core of the evolving relationship between LEAP and American Water. As American Water transitions to its new home in Camden, the Rutgers and LEAP communities look forward to strengthening the relationship and providing opportunities for exposing students and families to the science of water quality, engineering, and safety. In recognition of her successful leadership as the leaders of a global company and for her contributions and commitment to community development and to quality education for vulnerable children, we recognize Susan N. Story with the LEAP Leadership Award. Tonight, we recognize Daniel J. Hilferty, President and CEO of Independence Blue Cross, one of the nation's leading health insurers. Since Mr. Hilferty became CEO in 2010, the number of people the company and its affiliates serve has tripled to more than 8.5 million in 32 states and Washington, D.C., including more than 2.5 million in southeastern Pennsylvania. Mr. Hilferty's vision is to lead the transformation of healthcare in America, seeking innovative technologies and new models of care that will increase the quality and lower the cost of care. Mr. Hilferty is a sought-after speaker on leadership, transforming healthcare, and the role of technology and big data. Mr. Hilferty has appeared in the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, MSNBC, and other national media. He's among a select group of nonpartisan healthcare leaders that President Obama reached out to for advice on implementing healthcare reform. Thanks to Mr. Hilferty's efforts, Camden and South Jersey families can access quality healthcare without paying exorbitant costs. Building on a mutual commitment to improving health of the most vulnerable children and families in our region, the Rutgers and LEAP communities look forward to building a stronger relationship with Independence Blue Cross as the school builds a school-based health center that will propel LEAP into a true service hub for families in the city of Camden. In recognition of his successful trajectory as a leader in the healthcare industry and for his contributions and commitment to the development of strong options and organizations working to provide quality healthcare for the most vulnerable, we recognize Daniel J. Hilferty with the LEAP Leadership Award. Tonight, we recognize Joseph H. Jacobi, Senior Member of the Leadership Team and Chair of Strategic and Financial Planning for Dilworth-Paxson LLP. Mr. Jacobi regularly represents clients in complex and sophisticated corporate matters and commercial transactions, including mergers, acquisitions, and commercial agreements. He represents publicly held, private, and family-owned corporations and businesses in matters of governance, controlled transactions and agreements, and regularly counsels companies on strategic planning for public and private financings, proxy and other control contests, mergers and acquisitions, corporate reorganizations, and domestic and international litigation. His position has allowed for Mr. Jacobi to influence and support corporate ventures that directly befit communities in the region. His capacity to leverage partnerships and to connect individuals to engage in transformative projects for the region is an incredible asset. Our LEAP community has directly benefited from the work of Mr. Jacobi and Dilworth-Paxson. Projects such as the acquisition of the old Wilson building and its renovation into a state-of-the-art facility that today houses our LEAP High School. In recognition of his tireless efforts and contributions towards urban development and for his groundbreaking contributions in support of the LEAP Academy and its mission to transforming the lives of Camden children through new options for public education, we recognize Joseph H. Jacobi with the LEAP Leadership Award. Tonight, we recognize Eriko and the Tustin Group, leaders in construction and building design and maintenance. The Eriko companies have planned, built, and maintained some of the leading industrial, commercial, and institutional facilities throughout Puerto Rico, the Caribbean, and the United States. The Tustin Group delivers high-quality mechanical services in the areas of heating, ventilating, air conditioning, and refrigeration to building owners and managers. In 2011, the Tustin Group merged with Eriko companies, and together they built a stronger company with extensive capability and a keen awareness of the role buildings and infrastructure play in community development. The Eriko Tustin Group collaborated with the LEAP Academy in the project to redesign and repurpose the old Wilson building into a beautiful facility where history meets the future by providing spaces for LEAP students to engage in learning while also creating spaces for an array of services for the larger community. When the building project faced challenges, the company stepped in and contributed $300,000 to support the project. Their effort represents a great example of the kind of public-private partnerships that are needed to forge community development projects that make sense for families in places like Camden City. In recognition of their tireless work and leadership, we recognize Mr. Josen Rossi, Eriko Managing Partner and Chairman of Eriko, and Mr. Tuss Sasser, Director of the Tustin Group, with the LEAP Leadership Award.